like object-oriented programming. And these are the concept actually. What is a object-oriented programming concept? So the very first one is like encapsulation. So what is encapsulation? Why we use and how to write our code base level, and some exercises. And then after, I will explain that inheritance. What is inheritance? How many type of inheritance in Java? Okay, how the code base examples we are going to take care. Okay, so these two topics I will gonna cover today, and the next topic, so like next session. Okay, what is a polymorphism and what is abstraction? Those cover later. So if I can cover in this session only, but it is like kind of like mix and match. So you can't able to understand because this is a core part in Java. So most of the interview questions will be come into these four topics. So what is encapsulation? How do you achieve in your program? What is encapsulation? How do you or where do you implement it in your framework? These OOPS concepts. Okay, so there is a project already implemented. So how you have been like which places this kind of object-oriented principles has been used in your project. So you have to answer such kind of questions in the interview point of time. So very core part, very critical, and very like kind of confusing topic as well. So that is the case. I take care like a first two is the 1 day session, and the next two is another day session. So that way you will get some kind of exercises and practice on this encapsulation and the inheritance topic. Okay, so then we have some 5 days of time, so you can practice. Then you can go with the polymorphism and abstractions. Then there is a 5 days gap. You can practice more. Then you come to know whole core part. Okay, so basically, what is a yeah? First of all, what is the object-oriented programming? Is Java is object programming? Is so basically object-oriented programming is a principle. Okay, so there are some principles. So till now what we have done. So till now what we have done, just we learn that what is a class, what is a variable. Okay, and what are the kind of data types we have, and what are the control statements we have, how to create an object. So that means we have covered kind of the way to write our program. So now we are going to write exact program, but so we need to make our program should be modularized. Okay, our program should be readability. Okay, we need to. So suppose if I read this program, everybody can understand. And also if I write a one program, so one method that could be reusability. Okay, so those kind of principles need to be follow by object-oriented programming. Okay, so makes it easy to create a modular or a reuse or a maintainability of the software while designing your program. So these kind of principles which will be followed by these four topics: encapsulation, inheritance, polymorphism, and abstraction. So suppose if I don't want to follow this kind of principle, what happened? Okay, if I not apply this kind of core principle, so what happened? First, if I not apply first principle, that means the manipulation will happen. So how the manipulation will happen? Data manipulation will happen. Okay, suppose we are working as a group of members, group of people in a team. You declare one data, so that could be accessed by everyone. So there's some data manipulation will happen. So that if I not follow encapsulation, it will give some kind of invalid result. So I want to follow the encapsulation principle, so I can avoid those kind of faults. Okay, and also the second inheritance is a kind of in the layman way. So there is a you have written a kind of one method. That method need to be you reuse your entire project members. So how to write, and other person how to take the reusability kind of code, or reusability can be implemented by using inheritance. Okay, so those kind of principles, like these are the object oriented principle which follows every language. So Java and Python, right, C sharp. So those are the languages. This kind of principles which can be applied all across the languages. So any language can follow this object-oriented principle. That is like object-oriented programming language, which is Java, Python, right? Java, Python, C Sharp, okay, Ruby. So those any other programming language, the concept is same, but the way may be different. Syntactical declaration wise, it is different, but concept is purely same. Okay. So that's what. So before explaining this kind of topic, I want to make you some kind of one diagrammatical representation. So that is required to explain to understand this functionality, right? Yeah. So let me show you this kind of diagram first. So yeah. So this is a kind of one class level diagram. Okay. So let me try to explain, and I will tell you that. So here, this is a way. Okay. So we call this kind of diagram as a UML diagram. Okay. So unified machine language something. I'm not exactly sure the name. Okay. So UML diagram we call as a UML diagram. So the UML diagram, what it does is, so there is a UML diagram which represent as a class. Okay. This square box is a card as a car. Okay, box, and it is a title of the name, car name. Okay, this is a class name. So what does mean is, so mostly the architects will give the developer to this kind of UML diagram. So what they will do is they will create a class. Okay, so let's see that I'm converting a Java class. So my class name is my class name. 1 second. Yeah, yeah, my class name is car. Okay, so this is a class syntax as we know, right? So then the second box, right? That hyphen make string format. So these are the attributes. So that is a variable in class. Okay. So what is the variable? So it is a string type. Okay, string type, and make is a variable. Okay, make is a variable, and second also model, right? So that is also okay, and string model. Okay, and then after there is a kind of methods, operations or attributes, functions we call. So now let me create a one function. So public void and start. Okay, start. So because here everything is mentioned, so return type and everything, let me write and explain. Okay, so next one is stop car. So public void and stop car, and this is also one function. And there is one more method called, it is also void, and drive is a method, and it has a parameter speed into speed speed. So this is a way the developer will design the code, but actually this this will uh, give this kind of a representation of the car. Okay, so let me clear this one. Oh my god, yeah. So now you can see, yes, so you see the car name, class name. Okay, so class name is a car. Okay, and these are the two parameters. So one more parameter I missed it actually. It is a int and a year. Okay, so let's see here, and this is a method. So method is a start method and a stop method, and void is not written anything, and drive. So this is the way it will be represented. So the code to UML or UML to code. So this is the way we can understand, because so if I explain kind of examples going forward, you have to try to understand. Okay, so this is a car class. Sometime I can say this kind of exercise like I can say this is also car. Once again, let me show you that. Yeah. So now it is a car class. So nothing variables are not there, but it is if I represent this box is a car class. So in our mind, you have to say that okay. So car has a kind of properties and methods. Car has make property, model property, and there are some kind of start method and stop method, and there is a driver method. So if I represent a single class name also in your mind, okay, so all these things will be there from name, property, operation for every class. Okay, every class has a property, every class has a functions, so which will have that. Okay, so this is the one. So I want to explain, clarify. The next one, and now you have to tell this one. Okay, so let's explore this one. Anyone? So now let me explain this here. So it is a team. Team is a class name. Okay, team is a class name. So suppose if I write here, um, class team. Okay, class team. Okay, then after, so what is the second box are the attributes. So what is the type? String. Okay, string and name is the attribute and string, right? And string and city. City is a attribute and also like so third variable also it is a string division. And what are the methods we have? Public, void, okay, so void and play game. Play game is a method. Okay, this is the first method. There is one more method is there. Public, public, public void and hierarchy, higher coach. Yeah, higher coach. So this is the way it will be represented. Okay. So UML to class level to UML. You have to understand that way. So whenever you got this one, so this is the way. Now the last one, so which can practice it yourself. Okay. So you see there are three classes now. How many classes we have here? How many classes we have? Anyone?
Three. Three.
Three. Yes. Yeah. Can you quickly write the code? So like one take one only. So as your choice. Please quickly write the code and paste it here. This is very important here. So if you want to try to understand the level of OOPS concept, this is very, very important. Yeah. Take 1 minute, quickly write the code. Anyone, coach, anyone, player, anyone can write any class. All of them are all the properties. Yeah. At least one can finish quickly. See, one way is not good. So one way teaching, I'm not so like recommended. Please interact. Shrikant, are you able to write? Yeah, Madhuri, try to write.
Yeah, I have written team class.
Yeah, just paste it. Paste it here.
Okay.
Yeah. Paste it in the chart. Yeah. Yes. Madhuri written like a team class. Yeah. Perfect. Good. Anyone about to close or shall I move? Yeah. Praveen also written the code. So class player. Yeah, very good. Yeah, thank you for responding with responses. So if you anyone there, let's move to. Okay, thank you for that. Yeah, let's move on to the next topic. Right. So now yourself. Okay, in Google, type any class diagram. Okay, so let me say that you can explore yourself after my session. In Google, just type Java class diagrams. Okay, and try to go to the images. You will find lot of images. I took from here only. Okay, so you can explore it. You can write some kind of code. Practice it. Okay, you will come to know a lot of things. Okay, yeah. So here order, right? So first box is property, second box is methods. So here you can see order. Lot of variables are there. You come to know the what are kind of attributes in your mind. So I don't know like so what how to write a code and how to build your coding skills, right? So this way it is a better way to represent. So you can write a class order class properties, order class methods. Okay, first section. So the class name. So this is a class name. Okay, these are the properties and these are the methods. Something like okay. Yes. So lot of classes are there, lot of stuff is there. Just to try to write it. Okay, spend some time and see washing machine also there. So that's what right. Selenium Java is a object. Anything can be object. Okay, real world entity washing machine. Washing machine has a property. Wash time. Okay, rare resin time. Right, spin time. These are the methods. Main function, wash function, resin function, spin function, fill function, empty function, standard function, twice resigns function. Right. So all those stuff is there. Many class diagrams are there. You can see student. So student name, student ID, get name, set ID, get student ID. So like that, you can take few classes. Okay. So few classes and try to build a class like a code generate. Okay, yourself you try to product. Product is a code having description the product. Okay, product double right type. So price. If we specify the double means this price always should be declared in your code double only. So nothing is declared in the sense your choice. You can use anything can be declared yourself. Okay. Yes. So that is the case. So these are the methods. Okay. So try to explore it yourself. So I'm leaving for you only. So let's coming back to the actual topic. Okay. Yeah. So what is the encapsulation? Okay. Encapsulation is okay. So very simple format. I can give that very simple way and like a very simple answer. Okay. It is hiding something. Okay. So I want to hide. So now you can see that. So before explaining the definition, so why I bring this one, right? So here you can see this is my account class name. Okay, this is my account class name, right? And my account class name, the first one I have, first one is property, right? That is property means variable declaration. So account balance is a decimal point, double. So that I should make a private field. Okay, I want to declare a account balance is a private. Okay, and I want every time there is a method to check or to get the minimum balance or balance of the account. So that is a functionality. Suppose this particular variable I did not make it a private. Okay, so if I not make it, if I not follow this encapsulation, the encapsulation first point is you have to declare a variable as a private. Okay, and to give this class level access. Okay, within the account class level access we have to provide. Okay, that is the main fundamental thing. So why we should make a private, right? If I did not make this account balance is a private, what happened is everybody can access, everybody can manipulate the account. To do that, we need to make that only that such kind of transaction time only we have to update the account balance. Only the withdraw or credit of the function, that particular variable can be updated. So we are restricting to out of the world. Out of the world in the sense out of the class. Out of the class. Right. So how do we are doing? How do we are making? So our private, we need to declare a private variable. So how many ways we can declare the variables? Instance variable can be a public, can be a void, can be a public, can be a private, protected. Okay. So these are the access modifier. So we are making access to others. Okay. Yeah. Now coming to the definition. So the simple way we can say, so this is a class, account class. Okay. So now you see that there is a private member, private declaration. Okay. My account balance should be a private. So that outside of the class, not only the account class, other classes will not be accessed. So that I will show you that example. So, and also we are explicitly giving the feasibility within the class level that variable access in the method. Okay. So, which means this particular private variable can be accessible in the by check method only. Okay. The check method will check the balance only. So, we are giving the accessibility to this. So, now we can call as the exact answer. So, there is a class. Okay. Binding the my private web member and method can be accessed. So together we call as an encapsulation. Okay. Whenever there is a class having a private member and we are giving the access to the public classes, so those that kind of code we are binding together in a class, then we call as a encapsulation. This account class is fully encapsulated. Okay. So how we are doing? The steps are private, declaring a private variable. Okay. And this can only access by the public methods of the class, not outside of the classes. So what we are doing, we are hiding the data. Okay. So we are hiding the implementation detail. Okay. So we are hiding the account implementation, how we are implemented, how we are declared, how we are accessing the business logic we are hiding to others. I hope clear, right? What is the main step we need to do? So any class we want to achieve the encapsulation, declare a private variable and provide the access within the class by using public method. So this is a public method. Public method is check method. So we are making it together in a class. Okay. So we are making together in a class, and that particular class is called as a encapsulated. Okay, so which is called as a class. Java class is a purely encapsulated. So if you follow this kind of thing. Okay, so the step one is private variable declaration. That variable can be anything. Okay, and the access has been given within the public methods only. Okay, yes. So let me check anything better. Yeah. So why we use? So why we use encapsulation is a data security. Okay, prevent that authorized access to the variable. So I don't want to access my balance for every transaction or everything. So I don't want to update my data. So I want to restrict the variable. So you want to restrict the data integrity, you have to use the encapsulation. So you need to think that in your while designing your framework or while designing your activity or particular module, if there is any data security is there, then you can define as a private. Okay, and flexibility to change that implementation, so without affecting additional code, and also maintainability, easy to maintain, update. So if you maintain the code in a like security and a separate model, okay, which means it is a separate model, right? Only the class level can modify, so which may not affect to the other classes as well. even though the balance is updated or deleted, or sorry, updated or inserted or manipulation is happened, so which will not affect to other module. So that is a kind of thing, right? Yeah. So let me do the one exercise for this, and yeah, okay, yeah. So let me create a one example for this, and we can discuss few more points. Yeah. So let me create a person example. Okay. So now can you tell me what are the person properties? Properties. So let me create a person have a name, person have a so person have a name. So let me create a private variable, and that is string name. Okay. P name means person name. And also I can declare a private person age integer format page. So there are two parameters. Okay. So now by using these two parameters, I want to restrict. Okay, I want to restrict it. Mean how I restrict it? By using private declaration of the variable declaration. Okay, so which means this particular name cannot be accessed outside. Suppose let me expose the one variable, okay, to a class that, and that is like integer and phone number. Okay, so phone number. Okay, so now it is a like public, so outside the world it can be accessed. Okay, so let me stop this one as of now, and let me create a methods. Okay, I want to set the name. Okay, so void set p name. So by using public method, so this is a public method, and I want to set that value had to this method. Okay, and return the p name. So this dot p name, okay, p name equal to, and provide the name parameter, name argument. Okay, so name. So this dot name equal to name. Okay, similarly we can provide another set method for int age, page, right? Page. So it is a integer format, and I want to change to int age, and it is a ph and age. So this is the setting the values. Now I want to get so now you can see, so we created a set methods, and also we can provide the get methods. So int age, get age, get ph, right? Ph, return age, and same thing for we can use public void and string name get p name, and we're calling the return type of the p name. So this is a this class, this declaration, this class declaration purely encapsulated. How? Let me think that. Okay, so we are binding. So in general definition in Google, binding the your variable with methods, we call as a encapsulation. So that a variable should be declaring as a private. Okay, and to access this particular p name, so as a like a sorry p name, right? P name is a public member, public method. To access this method variable by using public methods, or to set the p name by using public method. Okay, getter setters, setting the value, getting the value, but our variable declaration in private format. So private in the sense private access modifier. So this particular class, person class, within the class methods only can accessible. Outside of the method, suppose there is another class. Okay, there is another class as a test class. Okay. So in the test class, if I write a main method, okay, if I write a main method, and within the main method, if I write a code and I'm going to create a person class object. Okay. So what is a person class object? Person p equal to new um, person constructor. Okay. Person constructor. So and p dot name p dot p name. Okay. So p dot p name variable, it will throw the error. Okay. It is a error. So what is the error? Why it is error? Because so this is another class. Okay. So we are trying to access. Okay. Now what we are doing? This is another class. Okay. Actual the variable existing on the person class. Person class variable is a p name and it marked as a private variable. So which means within the class only we can use. So this is another class, is a test class. So there we created, okay, we have a possibility we can create a in this class object to another class, no problem. Person class object is created. Even after we are not able to access the variable. Okay, so we cannot access the variable, but we can by using this method. Okay, so we can use this method and we can call the method, so that way we can access this. Okay, now here what we can do is p dot, okay, p dot get p name, p dot get p name, p dot get p name. So this way, so now this is acceptable. Why? It is a method and this method is a public method. So public member can access outside of the class, outside of the any class. So if I call this one method, okay, but I don't know the variable, what is the variable standby right now, but I can get the access. Okay, this is the way we can access, but we cannot access direct way. So direct member cannot access. Okay, there are the direct member cannot access through public functions. So through public methods, to public method, that variable can be accessible, but we cannot access directly. So that is we are hiding the data. We are not we are restricting the data to other class level. So this is nothing but an encapsulation. Okay, yeah. I hope you are clear about that. So let me see the any points, anything I miss. Let me check it. Okay. So declaration of class level variable and providing the setter getter methods only. Yes. Yeah. So it's okay. Okay. So let me create the second test class and let me check that one. Okay. So let me. Yeah. So this. Yeah. And coming to the access modifier, I want to bring the one point here. So let me clear this one because this is also very important point. Let me clear this one. Yeah. So as we know, access modifiers. So let's see that. What are the access modifier we have? Access modifier. Already we discussed. Just I will write some kind of shortcut points. Okay. So suppose private. Private is private for we can use for sensitive data. Okay. Sensitive data, and that should not be that should not be that should not be should not should not be exposed. Okay, exposed to outside of the class. Okay, class or project. And the next one is protected. Okay, protected. So protected is nothing but so yeah, protected is nothing but a kind of some same package. Okay, so let me explain detail in the next topic. And same package. Okay, so let me give the definition. Package, same package, and there is a relationship sub superclass to subclass, something. And public. Next one is a public. Public is So method that can have control or with the public variable I can access anywhere. Okay, so that is the one. Now let me create another class to test class. Okay, so let me create a test class. So I'll write that person test class. So we are testing a person test class. Person test class. Okay. Now main method. So now I want to create a person object. Okay. Person class object equal to new person constructor. Person constructor. It is a default constructor, right? Now you can see p dot. Okay, p dot. So p name. Suppose if I access variable. So what is saying that error? Now let's run it. Okay, not a statement. Okay, p dot p name. It is not a statement. Or you can see that p dot get only accessible. Okay, so let me do this way better. This out what it does. P dot p name. You see this error. Java p name has a p name has a private access in which class? Com dot session dot person class. So this com, okay, this com is okay, com. Let me write this and I will explain. So the package, what is the packages in Java? Okay, just to give a kind of high level. So the packages in the sense in Java is a kind of folder structure. So there is a one folder called com. Inside that there is a folder called a folder called session. In that session we have a person class. So let me write here. So this main one is a com. Com is a root folder, and next one is session is a subfolder inside the com. Okay. So inside the session folder there is a person dot java class is there. So this is the hierarchy for the package. Okay, so in your package, right? So now coming to here, you can see that. So now, so this is my a com session, right? So before the session, where is the hierarchy? Hierarchy is this one. So this is a root folder for com. Okay, com is having session. Okay, within the session there is a person class. So this is a session under the person class. Okay, and also you can see the all classes. You can see the package. Okay, package com dot session is a package. So this particular person class or person test class which existing under this particular package of the project. And you here see there is a session, right? Java session is a root package. Okay, Java session is a root package. So now under the root package, so there is a SRC. Under the SRC main, under the Java, under the COM, under the assignment, and there are two trees, right? So one assignment package, another is session package. Under the session package, we have a person class and person test class, something like. Okay, yeah. Now it's saying that was p name has declared as a private, okay, the private member, so you cannot access. So that is the issue. And where it is declaring in the com dot session dot person class. So I could not access because the variable has declared as a private. Okay, so let me uh, access the method system dot out dot printer p dot get name p dot set name. First we can set the name. Set the name is okay. So name is Sastra. So name is set name. What is the issue?
No, you gave
You
wrong
are using
method.
the age.
Check page.
Yes, set page. Very good. So here is a p name. Yeah, p name. Why Boolean? Set we cannot print, right? So that is the case. P dot set name. We are setting, sorry, page name. Why is coming? Okay. P name. So just I'm setting the name as a Shastra. Okay. So we cannot write in the print statement because it is setting the data. So it set the data there, and so we want to get the data, right? So we can get the data. We can use system. Okay. So P dot get P name. So now we can print the same data. Whatever the data is set, that data can be printed. Okay. So this is we need to stop this statement because it is a private for accessing a P name. Yeah. Now understand the logic now. So what? So even though this private member is declared in your class level, okay. See, so this concept is very very important. Okay. So even though you declare your name is a private, but outside of the world, they don't want to the how the returns like set has been how it is set has been done. Set p name how the implementation how it is done. They don't bother about that, but they want to access by using a name. Okay, so name get name. I think below is the rate method get name. So this is the method we are exposing. Okay, so this method which will retrieve the exact uh, value current state of the value. Okay, but how the set p name has been implemented, we are not exposing to the others. So that is the main fundamental thing. Okay, so in the p test, so just if we are setting the value, how we are setting, okay, whether it is a private member or public member, we don't bother about that. So just we are picking by using, we are giving the access a public method access. So even though you declare a private member in the personal class, so we are providing a get p name as a public method access. So that is the case. It has retrieved it retrieved that person name. So that is the encapsulation. Okay. Yeah. This answer is key. Okay. So yeah. Now rules, you can remember this were rules. Okay. Declaring uh, declaring a private variable as a private and providing the public getter method and setter methods. Okay. So that is the way you can remember. So why we are making private? Private we are avoiding the direct access to the other classes, and we are giving that indirect access, indirect value fetching the by using public method. Okay, so that is the way, right? Yeah. So now, so I think let's see that anything is pending in this topic. Yeah. So we are good with this example as well. Okay. Okay. Let's move on to the next topic, and that is inheritance. So inheritance topic also one of the most important topic, and this is a reusable. Okay, you want to reuse your code. Okay, there is a function or method or variable anything. So you want to do some kind of reusage. Okay, so which means we are restricting or we are avoiding a duplication of code. Okay, if you implement the inheritance concept, so we are avoiding a duplication code, ambiguity of code. Okay, so same code, it cannot be repeated. Okay, so by using object-oriented programming, we can modularize reusability and don't repeat your code, DRY. Okay, don't repeat your code in the sense same code cannot be repeated by your team members or yourself also. So how to restrict that? So you have anything like a reusability thing. So how to by using inheritance we can restrict. right? So because as I told you, right, the project is kind of many members will work and many kind of classes will be created. Okay, suppose there is a one class, okay, and there is another class. Okay, for example, so there is a login class. Okay, in our testing point of view, there is a login class. Okay, so login member has written some login functionality. Okay, so how to login? The login function is implemented. Okay, login function is implemented perfectly. Okay, so there is a one more module. So they want to work another person is like a registration module. So every registration required a login. Suppose if he suppose he can also return this login function, unfortunately, and also he implemented the registration module. Okay, so now you can see that the second registration class has a duplication of code. Okay, has a duplication of code because here in the login functions there is a login functionality, and so here also in the registration registration class also one login functionality. Both are same to log into the given application. Okay, so duplication of code because they did not follow the inheritance. So we need to follow some kind of rules to avoid this kind of duplication of code and reusability of code. So what we can do is, so we can, okay, yeah. So we can only we can close this one. So suppose we can delete this particular login state. Okay, we can login method, we cannot use it. So by using inheritance, we can reuse it. Okay, how to do that? We can learn. Okay, so we don't want to repeat the code my login functionality again in the next level of functions. Next level of classes. Whether it can be one class. Suppose I have many classes, many modules like registration module and like kind of like update module, my transaction update module, any module I need a login. I need a login. So how to implement? Okay, so let me see that the example, the definitions and example, then you come to know. Okay, so let me clear this one first and we'll come back. Yeah. So what is the inheritance in Oops? Okay. So before going to that, I want to bring kind of some technology, some wording format. So then you can understand anywhere, any definition in the Google. Okay. The first thing is, so there are, this is like if I represent this is a class, right? And this is another class. So suppose I'll make sure that class name is A and class name is B. Okay, okay, class name is A, class name is B. So what I mean to say class in the sense. So what are the things you have in the class? Class has a property box and method box. Class has a property box and method box. A class having some kind of property, some kind of methods. B class also having some kind of properties and some kind of methods. That in your mind you have to trigger it, right? Yeah. Now, so if a class, I can tell you that. So um, base class. Okay. Some member will say it is a base class. Okay. Whenever it say base class, so now child class. So this one is subclass, right? It is a subclass. Base class in the sense, sorry, derived class. Derived class. It is a derived class. Okay. And the second way. So suppose A is a super class. So if I say A is a super class, then the wording format should be subclass. So in internet, these are the technology, the words will be there to representing the particular inheritance concept. Okay. and there is a base class, derived class, super class, subclass. Now parent class, parent class, and now you can say it is a child class. Okay, so these are the words will be there in your internet. So either you can follow any one of the annotation. So to understand, either stick with base class and derived class. Either you can stick with any combination, either super class or subclass, or parent class or child class. All of them are same. You can represent your own way. Okay, so that can be base. Base in the sense you have to say, okay, A is a base class, then B always represented by derived class only. Suppose A class is a super class, if I define any sentence on that, okay, then B, the second class, also always a subclass. Suppose A is a parent class, the next level of classes are child classes, something like. Okay, so this is the one. Now you can see the definition. You will be able to understand when a class is derived from the another class. Okay, simple sentence. Okay, suppose A is the another class. Okay, A derived by B. Okay, so this is the one. A derived by B. Okay, so inheritance in OOPS is when a class is derived from another class. Suppose S derived class is B. B is derived from A class. Okay, and subclass. B is a subclass. It derived from superclass, and B is a child class derived from parent class. So what we are deriving, what we are getting from the parent. Okay, generally in layman way, what is a parent and child relationship? Is a relationship, right? Is a relationship. Okay, parent has a child. Okay, every child has a parent, something like. Okay, so and also we can give the acquire the properties. Okay, you see the definition of the general definition. Inheritance in Java, a mechanism in one object acquire all properties and behaviors from the parent object. Okay, suppose A is a class and which has some properties like all the properties like declaration variables and behaviors which contain methods. All those can be reused automatically. The B class can have all those things. How like a parent assets, parent properties, automatically child can use it or enjoy it, right? So that is the way. Okay, so now all are the A class level properties and behaviors can be reused in the B level, right? So this is one acquiring that. Okay, so A class properties are acquiring properties are reused to the parent level. So that is the one. And also, and the child class. Now the word is again child class. Child class will inherit all public. You see, there is a one more key point, one more rule. Okay, so parent class can get what kind of what kind of what kind of data from the parent. Now there is a restriction and rule. So child class will inherit a public protected members and yeah properties and methods, which means private is not mentioned and double also, default also not mentioned. What are the access modifier we have generally? So yeah, private is one, and nothing is declared in the sense default and protected. Okay, so this is the one of the interview questionnaire. So where when to use a protected variables are methods. So and public. So these are the four access modifier with respect to your variables and properties. Okay, so variables are properties. Variables are properties. Variables are properties and methods. Methods are behavior. Okay, so in a class you can declare. Okay, you can declare a private member, default member, protected member. Okay, and public variable. And also the methods. Coming to the methods, same. We can declare a public method private method, default method, and protected method. Right? Yes. So similarly in the next level also. Okay. So now the restriction is, so you cannot access reverse way. You think that reverse way. So you can think that reverse way. What is the reverse way? A child class will inherit only the public. Okay, only public and protected members. Okay, which means private default members will not be accessible even though you implemented inheritance to one class to another class. So only this type of protected and public data members can be accessible. So that is a rule. Then that is the mean. The people will say that when to use protected data type, when to use protected methods. So which means when you have a relationship between two classes as a relationship, which means inheritance. Okay. So there is a class is derived, sorry, B class is derived from A class. That time you can declare you want to restrict your data as a protected member or public. So that is the way you need to give the answer. Okay. Yeah. So now, okay, so that is done. Right. Next one is from the parent class. So in addition, so it can have own. Okay, it can have own properties. It can have own properties. Who can have own property? So A has a public and protected data members and methods, and also B is deriving, right? B is deriving from A. So B also can have own data and own methods. Okay, B class also having own properties and methods. Okay, that is the reason I created a box where representation is very much required to understand. Because how could I explain all the things, right? So that is the case. So this B class can have properties, okay, and methods. Okay, the self level. Okay, so parent has some house. Okay, and child has a house, another house. Okay, which means so he property, parent property also. Now child, how many houses he has? Two, but parent has only one because it does not reverse way. It will not. Okay, so reverse child to parent there is a no relationship in Java. Okay, yeah, that is the case. And the last one, the very important one. So an inherited so class is defined by using extend keyword. Okay, how to how to implement that these two classes are implemented in inheritance with extend keyword. Okay, so how to create? So there is a class A. Okay, and this is the class syntax, right? And so there is a one more class, a class B. Now here you have to use extend keyword of A. Okay, after extend keyword, you have to provide your class name, parent class name. Okay, parent class name. So this is the way this extend keyword which says that okay, B class is extended A class. Okay, so which means all the properties of so B class can hold all the properties and behaviors from the A. Okay, so that is the one. Suppose here we have a login method. Okay, so here we have a method. So now if we extend this A, then automatically, okay, in logically, if it is not there also, login is there blindly. You can think that. Suppose if it is the relationship is not there. Okay, suppose if I cut this one, uh, yeah, so it is not there, for example. Only declare as a normal class. So B class. So it is an individual class. There is a no relationship between the A class and B class. A class is an independent class. B class is an independent class because there is a no extend keyword of class name. There is a no extend keyword of a class name. Then it is a normal class. A is a normal class, independent class. B is a normal class, independent class. So when you say that So this class, A class is inherited to B, means inheritance concept which comes by using the keyword called extend. Okay. So now you can see if I revert that one. Yeah. So now if we see this relationship in our class level, after class name, there is the extends keyword followed by another class name. That means B class is inherited all the properties of the A, all the properties and behavior of A. Okay, so that is the one. I hope clear, right? Yes. So you can see this article, this one. I will share the link as well. You can go through the detail. Okay. Anyway, I will covering high level. Yeah. So now coming to, let's create a one example and then we can go to the next level of things. Okay. So let me create an example. Uh, Let me create a class. What class we can create? Okay. Yeah. So let me create a class. Keyboard is not working. So vehicle. Parent, you can create parent. Parent is a class. Okay. Parent is a class. Parent has name. Okay. So let me create a simple rename. Yeah, name, just a name and age. Okay. And you can create a property in terms of account balance. Okay. Amount. There is a one simple method. Let me create a just a second. Better we can create a meaningful class name. So this will not work out. Let me delete this one. Sorry for this. Because we need to understand there is a relationship also. So now vehicle is a good example. So vehicle is a class. Okay. So what are the vehicle has a vehicle as a vehicle name. Okay. Vehicle as a class, vehicle name, name of the vehicle, name, common properties, you can say that. And model, okay, model and manufacturing year, right? So I will year of manufacture. Let's make a year. Yeah. So then common method, I can say public void vehicle can move, right? A common method. Okay, vehicle can move or vehicle can drivable. Okay, so there are one more method. So public void drive. So these are the common functionalities which can have a vehicle. Okay, so system.out.println move vehicle, move also move a vehicle. So move a vehicle and system.out.println the vehicle, something like that. So now we are going to create one more class. So that is a car. Car car is a class and which can extend of vehicle. Okay, so now you can see that. Okay, the first rule, let's see. So now when derived class from another class, so by using extend keyword. So this is what we have done. Okay, and So there is one more thing is we can use or we can reuse the properties and methods from the parent class. Parent class is a vehicle class which has like a name, model, and there are few methods: move method and drive method. Okay, so drive, right? TRI. Okay, so that is the case. So let me logically I will show you that, and once it is extended, and you can see. So if I use a main method, okay, if I use a main method, I can create a so car object. Okay, I'm creating a which class object? Car class object. So even though I can access vehicle here, you see, vehicle here is a private member, private variable. Sorry, public variable. Sorry, public variable. Okay, so vehicle class having these three variables: year, model, name. So I created a class object and the car class. Okay, which is a subclass. Okay, and also this subclass is extended a vehicle class. So which means vehicle related all the information can be reused. Okay, all of them are inherited to the car class. So now if I create a car object, and generally car object in the sense car level methods and variable can access. Okay, let me show you that as well. So suppose if I use this method and see that move method. Okay. So now where is the move method is there? Move method is having a vehicle. Okay, vehicle class. So even though you created a car class object, subclass object, but you are accessing a super class. Okay, super class member, super class member. So let me run this one. Okay, so move a vehicle. Suppose I'm doing the reverse. There is a no relationship between car to vehicle. So which means inheritance is not implemented. So that time you can see that. So there is an error here. What is the error? You created an object of the car class and see that move. So that time it look for whether it has the move method or within the class. If it is not there, then it is throwing the error. Okay, that is the case. Suppose the extend is there, then it will look for the extended class having this move method or not. So that is the way it will be identify the mechanism. Okay, let me run this one and see that. Yes. So you can see cannot find the symbol method move. Okay, move method is not there in your current class because current class is nothing is defined. So now let me show you that. Yeah. So whenever this particular class is loaded, okay, whenever this class is run, okay, so that time when you are calling some object, once object is created, so if you have any calling of method, so first it will look for within the move method is there or not. Okay, is not there. Then it will go here in the declaration of the class level and check that any extend classes are there. Okay, it is there. Then it will jump onto the actual vehicle class and look for the move method. Okay, it is existing. Then it run that. So that is the way. Okay. Suppose if I mark this method as a private. Okay, so I mark this drive method as a private, and let me call this method from the car class. Okay, so c dot drive, c dot dri drive. You see, it's throwing the error. Why? Drive method has a private access modifier in com dot session dot vehicle class. Even though you in extended, okay, even though your car class is extended vehicle, but your drive method is marked as a private in the vehicle class. So we don't want to access. So that is a restriction. Private only within the member of the class, only within the class. So now I can mark this as a protected. So I told you, right, this is an interview question. So I want to make sure that protected. Okay, protected in the sense only the protected rule is very important. Please careful that. So protected member can access when this relationship is there. One class, car class is extended vehicle only. That time only, so we can access the protected members to the extended class. Okay, so that is the one. Now run this one. Public member always accessible. So people will give the code like this. Okay. So and they will ask the questions. So you will tomorrow also I will share the kind of how I will give the answers. I will show you that. So let me bring out that answers. We have a question here, something like then you can people will be you will be in position to answer rightly. So this is the class. Okay, and let me clear the draw. This class A. Okay, the first class and this one. Now, what is the outcome of this code? Let me minimize. Yeah. So now there are two classes. So what is the outcome of the program? So you need to read this one. Okay, in a single statement. Okay. So what you need to think? You need to read the code like this. Okay. Very first time, what we can do? Okay, what is the first class? Okay, vehicle the first class, and there are three kind of variable declaration. There is a one method, and it method is a public. Okay, and followed by void and method name is a move. It has one statement. There is a protected method, and there is a no return type, and the drive is a method name. There is a one print statement, right? So then, okay, there is another class, which means, okay, it is another class, right? So public class keyword and car, another class name is car class. Oh, it extended, right? Extends of vehicle. Okay, which means, so there is a inherent concept here implemented. Okay, very good. So let me look further in the testing of method of this void main, right? And the subclass. So what is the subclass? Car is a subclass. Car is a derived class. Okay, car is a child class. Where vehicle is a parent class. When a parent is car is a child class. When is a parent is a base class. Okay, vehicle is a base class. So it is a car is a derived class. Okay, so like that you have to explore it. Okay, after car object is created. So C dot move. So first, whenever I say C dot move, you need to check within the class if move is there. Move method is there? No. So and look for the extend. Okay, it extend by vehicle class. Then you can check in the method. It is a method, right? Okay, method is there. Okay, this output will come. So this is the output here. So here is move a vehicle. Second one. So derived, right? So derived. Okay. So derived method is not there in this class. Okay. Then look for the vehicle class. Okay. Derived is there. Drive is there. So drive is output. What is the term? Drive the vehicle. So that is the way it will be outcome. Suppose, so the negative kind of scenario people will do in the interview. So if I mark this as a private, what is the code? What is the outcome of this program? So it will throw the error because drive method is declared as a private because so when you inherited or whatever the thing, a private member cannot be accessed outside of the class. So that is a fundamental rule. Okay. So and people will say the protected, protected member, and you can access. Okay, in the print statement, in the system out, system out, p what is the car, right? C dot model. Yeah. So what is the outcome? Model can be accessible. Yes, obviously, because it is extended. So protected, right? And these are the relations for inheritance, so we can access. Suppose if they mark as a private, so that time it will not access. So that is the way you need to think on that. Okay. So first class is given, then look for the any relationship. Is a relationship extend keyword is there. Then okay, think that. So the rules of inheritance. So private member cannot be accessed outside. Private variable cannot be accessed outside of the class. Only public, sorry, only protected and public. Even the default also it is not accessible. So here also throw the error. Why? Default. So nothing is declared in the sense default. So here let's throw the error. So that way you can explore yourself as well. Okay. Yeah. Now main thing here is reusability. What we are reusing here, move method we are not writing the child class level. Okay. The drive method also we are not at all writing here. So generally we used to write here. Okay. We are not writing. Yes. So now vehicle and well, let me go to the derived class or a car class. Now car class have a one more method. Okay, so he has own methods, he has own definitions, even though it extended. Okay, even though extended, right? So let me give that a print class, public void print car details. Okay, so you can give any name. Yeah, now just I will write a one statement. Uh, car class method. Okay, so now let me run this one. Yeah. So now even though we declare the class, but we are not calling in the main method. Okay, that is the case. We got only the parent class method execution only. So by using C dot and I want to write a print car details. Print car detail method respect to only the car level method, not a vehicle level method. Okay, it respect to the car level own function. Okay, so now you can create. Okay, yes. So these are the things. Let me check any points we missed it. Yeah, base class, everything is done, everything cover. Okay, let me go the other topics. Yeah, this is about where we can understand this one. Okay, so you have to remember the rules. Okay, yeah, let's move on to the PPT and then we can see. Yeah, so there are there are few type of inheritance in Java. Okay, so single inheritance, multi-level inheritance, and hierarchical inheritance, hybrid inheritance, and multiple inheritance. Okay, multiple inheritance. So these are the basic types in inheritance type. Okay, but you see, multi-level Java does not support. Okay, so let's see the one by one example. Then you will come to know. So now you see that single inheritance. Okay, single inheritance. So what is the definition of single inheritance? A subclass. See, a subclass is derived from only one superclass. So here you can see the example. Execute is a subclass, and what is a parent class? Parent class is employee. Employee and execute class have a inheritance implementation, which means there is a extend keyword. Suppose I want to write a code for this. How do you write? So first is employee employee class. Second is execute class extend of employee. Okay. So if I give this kind of relationship in our question, so you have to write that code like this simple sample code. So sample code is like, let me write here. class employee. Okay, and there is another class executive, and extends of employee. This is the way you need to represent singleton. So one class can extend. Okay, in framework level we used to use, okay, parent, page parent, test parent, okay, base test class. So those are the things. So wherever our browser browser initialization, we create a base test, base factory test, something like. So there the actual initialization is there. So all the classes will be inherited. Okay, reuse the code of launching the browser for every test case, something like. Okay, yeah. So it inherits the properties and the behaviors in a single parent class. Sometimes it is known as a simple inheritance or single inheritance. Okay. Yes. Next, move on to. Now you can easily understand because already I explained what is the sub super, right? So yeah. So multi-level. So this time, can anyone type the code? Student is a super class, and marks is a subclass. Again, sports is a derived class. Okay, so there are multi level, which means, so yeah, one class to another class. Suppose if I create a student is a super parent or super class. Then marks class is extended student related information, and the marks to support sports class extend marks class. So can anyone write the code for this? Okay, now we are written. So complete code. I want all three classes. I show it right in the notepad, something like. Anyone? Right. So somebody written, yeah. I think no one. Let me write here in your chart only. People will see, right? So first class, student class, S captain, student. So this way I am expecting. Okay, sorry, I did not close that dress. Student. Okay, and the second class. Second class is mark class. So marks and extends of student. Yes. Now we are out perfectly. Yes. Thanks for that. Yeah. And the third way, I can write sports extends marks. Yeah. Student. First one is a public student. Class keyword you are missing. Please write the class keyword. Public. Anyway, you written perfectly, but the missing thing is class keyword. Public student is meaningless, right? So public class student. So and class always start with the capital letter. Please follow that. So while doing interview, suppose if you kept a 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 10 years experience, while doing the coding, if you're not following the standard, so public P also small. Yes. Okay. So that way the people will understand. Okay, she learned and coming something like. Or the people, these guys just maybe it doesn't have experience. Some that way it will be like kind of impression to the interviewer. Okay. Yes. Yeah, Madhuri written perfectly. Public class student. And Madhuri, you've done one mistake. And After student, there is a no brace, only lower brackets only, not normal brackets. Normal bracket will represent a kind of method. Please correct it. Now we are written perfectly second time. But again, that marks class does not have a class. Support also does not have a class. Class keyword should be followed. Class name. Class name followed by class keyword. Yes, perfect. Now this term, right. Madhuri correction. Yes, perfect. Yeah, good. So then tomorrow, if I ask any question, you will be able to answer. Navya and Madhuri, definitely. Thank you. Thank you for that. Yeah, next one. Okay. So multi-level. Multi-level is a class is derived from a class which can derive another class. Okay, which means see already the sports class is derived. Sports class is derived from marks. Again, marks class also derived from student class. So there is a multi-level class A to class B to class C. So that way also we can extend. So here is the syntax. So you see, I gave the public class keyword followed by A. So there is a no bracket. Please don't do this bracket here. Please. Okay. So directly class name this bracket, flower bracket, and starting and ending. Okay. Method has this bracket. Again followed by flower bracket. This is a method case, but we are talking about the class cases. So you have to identify the class differentiation, method differentiation. Okay, so that will come under the practice only. Okay, right. So by using this also you can give the answer. So that is the case I gave here to do the exercise. Okay, only the change the class name, that's it. Student. Now here mark, B is a mark, A is a student. Okay, C is a sports, B is a mark. So that way the answer is there here, right? Yes. Now try to give the answer for others. Okay, so next is hierarchical. Hierarchical. So there are derived class. Okay, there is a one base class. It derives a multiple subclasses. Hierarchical. Suppose science student is there. Okay, one student he can opt out that science subject, commerce subject, and art subject. That is the kind of relationship. Okay, student is a super class. He can opt out the science subject, commerce subject. He can inherit the art subject. Okay, so okay, can you write the quickly the code for the all of them three classes, the relationships? Yeah. So let me see the outcome is right in a chart. Hierarchical inheritance. Science class extend this time. um, yeah, student. Yeah. So Madhuri written right as a class student. Okay, class is a student, right? And the class marks not marks here, so it is a science, right? Okay, it is not there. Okay, that is existing one, I think. Yeah. So can you do this one? So science is first is a student is a class, second one is, yes, second is science is a class extended by student. Okay, yes. And commerce is a class extended by student class. Arts is a class extended by student class. Yeah. Only one student can choose science and commerce and arts subjects. So hierarchical. So one is the particular parent class, and all of them are inherited from the parent. So that is called hierarchical inheritance. Okay. Yes. Next, shall we move to the next one? Is like hybrid. Okay. So hybrid is by seeing that you come to know, right? So hybrid means consisting of more than one, and the hybrid inheritance is combination of two or more type of inheritance. So here in diagram you can see that So from grandparent to grandparent and grandfather to a father. So there is a singleton. Okay, singleton inheritance. From the father to son or daughter. So we have a kind of hierarchical, okay, and hybrid. So which means whenever you have a both single inheritance and hierarchical inheritance, that time we call as a hybrid inheritance principle. That inheritance is followed. Okay. So can you quickly create that classes for this? So can you quickly create the classes? Let me write here. I'm waiting for you first, then I will write it. Yeah, I will write it here. Any outcome? Anybody? I'll wait some more time to get the outcome from your side. Then after I will write it. So after my session, you can Google it, you can explore it, you can write the code, I can by using diagrams. Then you will come to know. You will make practice more. You will get the concepts. Okay. So yeah, Sujana written public class grandfather, right? It is a super class and the class father extend grandfather. Okay, and the class son extend father. Public class daughter extend father. Perfect. Okay, perfect. So now, yes, now we also written perfect. Very good. Thank you. So can I declare like this? Public class, so small letters. Public class son. Okay, son is a class, and I cannot. I extend grand grandfather. Okay, we cannot directly extend. Okay, because intermediate there is a one more layer is there. That is a like kind of hierarchical inheritance or multi singleton inheritance, right? So this is a kind of invalid way of declaration. Okay, so we can get the properties from the grandparent, but the son is not directly extended from the grandparent. From father is a relationship with the son, and father has a grandfather relationship. Okay, so that is the way. Clear? Yes, very good. Okay, the last one. So yeah, multiple inheritance. So multiple inheritance. Java, the interview question. Is Java allows multiple inheritance? Is Java support multiple inheritance? Don't, it is not a multi-level. Multi-level and multiple, there is a difference. So now we have a singleton inheritance, multi-level inheritance, hierarchical inheritance, hybrid inheritance. Now we are talking about multiple inheritance. Multiple inheritance in Java does not support. Okay, Java does not support. So this is an interview, telephonic or normal interview question as well. Java does not support multiple inheritance. Then what is a multiple inheritance? Let's see that. So in a simple format, I can tell you the line of code. A class C, okay, extend A comma B. So this is the this diagram implementation. Okay, the class C cannot extend two classes. Okay, either comma, either end operation. Nothing. There is a no that way of implementation in Java. So one class cannot extend multiple classes. A class cannot extend multiple classes. A class in Java can extend only one class only. That is a rule. Okay. In Java, one class extend only another class, single class. So Java does not support multiple inheritance because a class can extend only one class A, but it does not extend multiple classes. So it will throw the error. If you write in your code, it will throw the error because it does not support. Okay. Yes. So so a class cannot extend because Java does not support. But most of the people in our mind, like as I told you, Java is a pure object-oriented programming, which means all kind of inherited concepts should be satisfied, right? Then only it will be like 100% object-oriented programming. So, but there it will support a multiple inheritance, not this way. There is another way, so that we'll talk later. Okay. So by using inheritance concept, it will not support a multiple inheritance, but there is a way we can do it. Okay. Yeah. So that is also kind of answer. Why? So multiple inheritance Java does not support. Why? So why we have to explain to the interview, because we need to learn that how to implement multiple inheritance by using another concept. Okay. Yes. Yeah. Let me check if any points is missing. Recheck that up. Related to inheritance. So pretty much covered, I think. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, we are good to cover, I think. Okay. So now, yeah. So how to read these concepts? Okay, in Google or internet, anywhere you can explore. So, so first thing is what is the topic, right? Encapsulation. Okay, what is encapsulation and what is inheritance? Okay, so inheritance, right? Inheritance. Then what you need to do is, so what is done, then how and why and rules. So if you this way you can explore in internet, you will get lot of answers, lot of material. So then only you will achieve that you are successfully implementing this concept. If without this, Java is not there. Okay, in our if I start Selenium also, I would like to all those concepts I'm going to implement in the framework level. Okay, framework level. So what is encapsulation? Where to use? Why to use? Rules. If you don't know that, that means your understandability of encapsulation is very low. Okay, what is inheritance? How? Where? Okay, how to implement? Why to implement rules? Rules is important. Okay, so get all the list and prepare it. See the examples. Get familiarized. Right? Whenever you got a code, type it in your editor. Compile it. Okay. So find the rules. Okay. So that way you can work out. So okay. Yes. So I think I'm done. So I will stop the recording. If anything, we can discuss.